Senator, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Maggie.
Let's start with that Senate bill, the budget bill in reconciliation. There are a lot of people who are upset about the cuts to Medicaid and other social safety net programs. What are you hearing?
Well, I'm hearing outrage in New Jersey for this because, first of all, 2 million out of 9 million New Jerseyans get their health care through Medicaid, including people on disabilities, including seniors that require long-term care. 1 out of every 3 kids in my state is on Medicaid. And it's not just the Medicaid population that is at risk. I talked to hospital leaders in New Jersey, and they're saying that if there are major cuts to Medicaid, that their hospitals could very well close, full on close, which would affect everybody. So I just hope that people understand it's not just about whether you're on Medicaid or not. This is something that would be the single largest cut to our healthcare in our nation's history. And to ask yourself, why is this happening? It's not to bring down the deficit. In fact, it's going to balloon the deficit because they want to give trillions of dollars tax cuts to billionaires and millionaires. That's the problem that we face right now. And people are outraged by this right now.
Single largest cut to healthcare. What can Democrats do about this? What are you and your colleagues discussing at the moment?
Well, right now, for instance, in New Jersey, I am trying to raise as much public awareness about this, especially in the 3 congressional districts in New Jersey that are represented by Republicans in the House of Representatives. Because even if this passes in the Senate, it's going to go back to the House of Representatives. And these 3 members from New Jersey are going to have to answer to the people of New Jersey for this. I think about it because I am somebody that challenged a Republican congressman about his vote in a reconciliation bill that he took in 2017 to try to gut the Affordable Care Act. This was a deep Republican congressional district, and I flipped this seat. And we see how potent this can be because people are so worried about their livelihood right now, their health, especially at a time of even greater concern about high prices than what we saw even just a few years ago. So that's how we go on offense, is put that pressure on. I am engaging with several of my Republican colleagues in the Senate because the concerns that I hear from hospitals and healthcare workers and patients in New Jersey, I'll be honest with you, they are going to be hearing the exact same thing from their states. These cuts are not just blue states, it's going to be red states too. Everyone's going to be affected in this country.
You mentioned raising awareness. Are there legislative maneuvers or deals that can be struck that you see possible right now?
Well, look, right now the Republicans control, 53 seats in the Senate. They only need 51 to pass this through the Senate because reconciliation is not something that can be filibustered. So, right now the pressure is to be able to, first of all, have the public be aware of and understand what's at stake, and to be able to then put that pressure down on some of these members of Congress, some of these senators especially from some of these states that are going to be vulnerable in the upcoming election and elsewhere. So that's what we're trying to do. Yes, we are trying to use some of our abilities to add amendments to highlight the dangers of this legislation. So amendments that we're working on that would highlight what these cuts to Medicaid would be, that it would be going after caregivers, for instance. And my father is somebody who is struggling with cognitive decline. He is somebody that requires a caregiver, a medical professional to be helped. Those types of people and families are going to be affected. It's about personalizing this, having people understand this is not just some line item in budget. It isn't about dollar sign. It's about people's lives, about whether or not they and their families are going to be able to get the care that they need.